sweating you like a freshman, there's a senior. I couldn't even sleep waiting for the next day just to see you, girl, just to see you. When you walk by my heart, just skip the beat like a scratch CD. I was knee deep in them 4 letters L-O-V-E, sprung on Sting Love. Damn, she got it. Take it all back.
Hey, 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 what's going on, party people in the place to be? It's a beautiful Friday. I've got amazing icons in the building. Stevie B.
You better say that.
And the one, the only, the queen, Trinere. How are you?
I'm great. I'm awesome.
And when you say my name, you better put some respect on it, bro.
Hold on. I gotta play a little clip of Trinere in action. I'm only gonna play a little bit because I don't know if you're still using these dancers. I don't want to get in trouble, but we're gonna play a little.
No, you won't get in trouble. They can't do nothing.
Okay, here we go. Here's Trinere in action doing what she does best. Just a little clip. That's all. Just a little clip.
I'm so glad it was a very little clip because that was like 8 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
You look the same though. Seriously, straight up and down.
I'm not aging, y'all.
Black don't crack. Black don't crack. You know that. Black don't crack, bro.
So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. One of the things top of mind is definitely the concert coming up, and that'll be March 11th at the Watsco Center. The lineup is unbelievable. As a matter of fact, we should play the little concert clip here. So let's do that right now.
That'd be nice.
It's coming Saturday night, March 11th, to the Watsco Center at University of Miami. The Pacific Concert Group presents the Freestyle Explosion Throwback Jam, starring Stevie B, TKA K7, Johnny O, Trinere, The Jets, Benny D of Sweet Sensation, Seduction, the Freestyle Explosion Throwback Jam with Montel Jordan, Rock Bass, and MC Shy D. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com or at the Watsco Center box office. The Freestyle Explosion Throwback Jam, Saturday night, March 11th, the Watsco Center at University of Miami. Go to PacificConcertGroup.com.
Man, I told you this already. What I really, really love about this lineup is there's a bunch of Miami acts up in there.
That's right. It's about time.
And we've been fighting for him to be on there too, because Alan, no, you can't. How you gonna be in Miami? You not put Miami people on the bill, and a lot of us come from Miami, and we got we got a nice lineup down there, boy.
I think they got it right, man. I know it's gonna be flooded. The fans are dying. I've already hearing the talk in the street, and people are gonna flood out to March 11th's concert at the Watsco Center. Freestyle Explosion.
Get your tickets now.
So Stevie's got the brand new single that's about to be released. Right now it's a pre-release. We kind of slow drip. We're doing a slow drip. So let's reiterate a little bit about the concept behind Take It All Back and why you decided that this would be the perfect time to put a song like that out.
Well, I think it's good because first and foremost, we need some shit. Let me tell you something. We need something out there. All of us have been at it since the early 80s, 90s. I mean, the late 80s, early 90s, all the way through the 2000s. We all, and Trinere and I talk about all the time trying to do songs. We need something that keep the pot hot. Mm-hmm. And it's tough because, Trinere, we wasn't getting a lot of love from radio. We went through all of the hip hop stuff. We went through the R&B stuff. We went through everybody. We went through EDM. We went through this one, that one, little baby's cousin, baby. We went through everybody. And then all of a sudden now, everybody loving on us now. Old school is in. Right, Trinere?
Yeah, I agree. Old school is in.
So to take it all back.
You can even hear it in some of the music. that's out there and that's hot right now. Like
Yeah,
Lizzo, to me, she's a lot of the artists that you see winning out there now. They've taken elements from us,
Hmm.
and it's good because it kind of makes us even hotter too. It helps us.
absolutely. Yeah, and I think it gives freestyle a voice as well, and lets everybody know, hey, listen, we still here, we doing the damn thing. The concerts are being attended well, and we're gonna take it all back every chance we get.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
think
right.
I think the response for this record, and we have to give kudos. You did the remix on you did the damn thing. It's
Who
all
I
this shit is
who me?
yeah, this shit is your fault.
Well, I'm
All
sorry.
this
All I
whole
can say is I'm
hoopla.
sorry, Stevie, man. I'm sorry. I know it was gonna do this.
No, this is a sorry, no sorry, but I ain't really fucking
Not
sorry.
sorry. Yeah, exactly.
But this thing really does, and you see it with me. Sama is working on the behind the scenes and the front of the scenes with me and for me, and he's seeing firsthand exactly how this record is responding. We're getting all the insights, and we're not fudging no numbers. And we put the videos up, and let me tell you something. They're over a couple 100,000 in a couple of days. This thing is really, I mean, the positive response. Oh my God, I haven't gotten no response like that since fucking Spring Love. So it's good to be needed again.
Yeah, yeah. I saw the interview you did with Debbie Trinere. That was amazing. That was really, really good. You guys got a chance to talk about, the origin and how you got
Yeah.
started. And one thing I don't think I've ever mentioned this to you, but me and Debbie go way, way, way back, even before she started recording. Yeah.
She did
So
tell me
that's my homegirl. That's my homegirl, man.
How far back do you go?
Man, I was like 15.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
she was
told
robbing
me
the
that. She
cradle, and
told
you
me
was
that.
robbing the cradle.
Yeah, she told me that
We're
off
about the same
camera.
age. Yeah, yeah. About the
She
same
didn't
age.
say. She told me that off camera.
Yeah, but hey, listen, man. Ain't no shame in the game. It's history. You know what I mean? And she's
Yeah.
she's an amazing woman,
Debbie-
and I'm glad
Debbie
that
is
she wants
wonderful.
to be back in it. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
wonderful, and I hope she's well. And I think Trinere talks to her often.
Yeah, she is
But
well, and she's back. She took some time off, but now she's back and ready to rock and roll again. Like I said in the interview that we had, the songs "When I Hear Music" and "Lookout Weekend," those were my all-time favorites, and
Yeah.
that is the reason why I even agreed to record and to meet Pretty Tony, because I heard his music. I heard
Yeah.
those two songs, and when Sherman Neely, who was the owner of Music Specialist, met me and told me, hey, those songs, When I Hear Music, Lookout Weekend, those are my songs, man. And that's Pretty Tony. That's my dude. You want to go meet him? I'm like, yeah, let's go
yes.
right now.
I'm on a mission. I'm about to get some hits off of this kid right now.
I said, who
But
now?
that was
I
a
said,
that
okay,
was a
I know
wonderful
those
meeting,
records. I
Trinere.
want to hit like that. So yeah, take
Yeah.
That
me
was
to him right now.
That's a great meeting because I remember going over to y'all studio over there when they had music specialists.
Yeah.
And Tony was mixing the one when the glass breaking in the beginning. What's the name of that one? It was one of
I
his
forgot
songs.
the name of it, but he used to make the glass sound.
What? Fix it in the mix?
Fix it in the mix.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was mixing Fix It in the Mix.
Mm-hmm.
And I went over there, I said, let me go see if this nigga can mix, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but Tony can get down. He mixed that.
Yeah.
And I saw him mix it. I'm like, all right, she's in a good place, and Trinere was hot. Trinere, we was talking about we're talking about New York and how we could do more in New York. Tell everybody when you started in New York back in the Niobe days,
Yeah,
and how
back
hot
in-
your name still is.
Oh yeah, back in 1985, I used to go. I used to do shows and do the whole radio scene, trying to push the music on the radio stations, doing the whole, radio station tour thing. I would do all of the shows there. And at that time, nobody else was doing it. I didn't used to
Mm-hmm.
run into anybody else, only Niobe. And Niobe came out the same time, pretty much that I came out. She used to come to my shows,
Okay.
and that's how we met. And she loved me, and we hit it off back in 1985. And I did the Roselands, I did the Devil's Nest, I did all
Wow.
of those shows. They used to send me out to Jack the Rapper
Yeah, I
conferences.
remember Jack the Rapper.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
I used to go
God.
to that.
I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy a lot of it because a lot of times I was thrown onto stages and into places where they didn't respect the music. They didn't know,
Well,
what
that
my
was more of a
what was
urban.
it called?
That was a
Yeah.
urban. Jack the Rapper was
That was
urban,
an urban conference. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was an
Yeah.
absolutely.
urban
Yeah,
conference, and
Yeah.
I know how to place you.
Yeah.
That's like playing the Apollo. Damn.
yeah, but
And I used to be on shows with like LL Cool J, Run DMC
yeah,
back then, and I would do little clubs. And back then it was like, I don't know, it was like
tight niche.
our music was trying to get in around the same time the hip hop thing was going on.
Hmm.
So it was a struggle, it was a battle for me, but I did it. I think
Yeah,
I paid.
I think that you be honest with you. I traveled the whole. I traveled the planet, but I think you are totally underrated in New York and the Northeast. I think
Yeah.
that
And
yeah, I
they
I
don't
think
they
you
don't want
should
to
do
bring
more
me
to promote
back.
us. Huh?
yeah,
I
yeah.
said they don't want to bring me back to New York. And
Yes, they
I
do.
was one of the first ones to lay the foundation for this music.
Hmm.
Nobody was going out there pushing it. Yes, Sal was there with Naomi and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get that and I
Mm,
respect that. But
mm,
it's a lot of other artists that came all the way from down south, from Miami,
yeah.
trying to promote the music as well. And it was a different sound. We had a different style, me, Expose, Company B, Debbie Deb. We had a
So many
different,
that
it,
never even get mentioned. Genuine
yeah,
Parts,
Well,
Promise Circle, Tiger
sometimes
yeah,
Moon. You know.
they play that they play that New York against Miami.
yeah,
They've been playing that since day one.
Which
yeah,
shouldn't be
We
an issue. Music is music. I'll be honest with you.
Well, yes, music is with the fans, but
Yeah,
in behind the scenes,
yeah,
you over there stepping on other people's money grounds, and everybody got a little ego thing. Everybody, this is competitive, and good healthy competition is nothing wrong with it.
yeah.
But
right.
but they did things to us where we didn't even know, because you got to remember they was on it first. They helped create it. They was doing it there with Andy Panda and all those guys, and the Devil's Nest with Salon on it. But they did that. But they created it. But we perfected it, and we took that.
But I
We
would
took
have to,
that.
you know what? I would have to disagree with that. I don't really feel that they created it. Because how can you create something if something came before you? So I came before a lot of those artists. So how did they create it? You
Well,
know
they
what I'm
think. Well,
saying?
that's what they say when they talk, because they think that New York was first of all the center of the world. So the idea was, if you could make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. So
Well, we
to
made it in
them,
Miami. We started it and we
Miami
made it
don't
in
count.
Miami
To
first.
them, Miami
Okay.
don't
And
count.
then the music traveled to New York and all of that. But when I was going to New York and laying the foundation for this music, a lot of those artists that they want to try to give credit to, they were
Hmm.
still in school. Okay.
Hmm.
They were still in school trying to figure it out.
Trinier setting the
Naomi
record
was
straight,
out.
baby. That's why I like to talk to Trinier, baby.
Because
Trinier
I'm gonna
setting the
tell you the
record
truth.
straight.
Because
You
I'm
know.
telling you, when I went there, nobody was around.
Yeah.
I had to do these shows by
Well, that's why
myself.
you had to do Jack the Rapper, because there was no freestyle conferences. There
It was
was
not,
nobody
and they
Yeah.
else.
didn't
Yeah.
used to call it
Yeah.
freestyle. It wasn't
No.
freestyle. It was dance music. It was high
Yeah.
energy music. That's the
Yeah.
way Power 96 played it. Y100 played it.
Hot
It was
105
dance
used to be a
music.
dance station
Yep.
It
Yep.
was
That's
no,
back
true.
in
it was not
'85.
freestyle.
Yeah.
Well, I think our music down south, we flipped stations. We made them make it a
Absolutely.
genre. So
Absolutely.
when all of the hot stations start to go online and the power stations go online, the idea was that you had to get on Hot 103. I think it was in New York at the time, and if you could make it there, Power and Bill Tanner and the guys had already given us a nice leadway. But when we
Yeah.
went to New York,
Talks
New
on the
York.
radio.
I'll be honest
Remember
with you,
Talk?
Trinier. They didn't accept us with open arms over there. That wasn't an open arm situation for us.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a struggle, but I'll be honest with you. Speaking as a DJ back in the '80s, and when we used to program music on the airwaves, it was a combination of freestyle from Miami and freestyle from New York. There was no
Yeah.
one that really had the upper hand. Like, we played whatever the people wanted to hear, and those were the Trineres, the Stevie B's, the Company B's, the Exposés, along with the TKAs,
Yeah.
along with the Cynthias, along with the Johnny O's. You know, some of them got better
But the
impacts.
Cynthias and the Johnny O's didn't come until much later.
Yeah, you're right
Uh-huh,
about
that's
They
that.
come
true.
to much
Absolutely.
later, like in the 90s.
And then Sanday was like one of the first freestyle artists
Yep.
down here.
My
as
Sanday
well.
girl.
was amazing.
Yeah.
Sanday
Yes.
was amazing.
She's
yeah,
my
we
friend.
used to
She
do
was
a
so
lot
cool.
of shows together.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
and then you know, Trinere, talk about going to Texas and going through New Mexico, going all the way over to the West Coast. There were no New York artists.
El Paso,
So
Austin,
they
Texas,
wasn't even
San
happening. Yep.
Yeah,
Antonio.
you guys were touching those territories first.
Oh yeah.
Early on, I was one of the
Yeah.
first ones that bring TKA and all those artists out to the West Coast because I was discovering myself. I didn't know until I went out to San Jose with John Lopez at Upstairs Records,
Yeah.
and he brought me out there, and I'm like, "Who are all these people? I ain't never seen a Filipino before."
Was there
I didn't know
ever
what
any?
Filipino.
were there ever
we live
any-
in Miami. We ain't got no
any-
Filipinos in Miami. You know.
Were there any ever power struggles with promoters, like trying to get booked in different, like New York and stuff like that? Did you ever go through that, where you were supposed to get booked, but then all of a sudden it didn't happen? Did those things transpire back in the day, or?
I didn't experience that, not at
Okay.
all, because we didn't have those promoters like that back in the 80s. It was always little clubs.
Clubs.
Okay.
You know, we didn't do the big shows. Now we're doing the big shows. So
Yeah.
when people say stuff, dumb stuff like
Yeah.
freestyle is dead, how is it dead? We're doing better than we did in the
Swear to
80s.
God.
We're doing more shows. We're making more money. We're doing more work. We're performing in front of larger crowds, thousands. We didn't do that.
No.
That was not happening.
No.
Yeah, it's
In
more
the
organized
80s, we
now.
didn't-
Yeah.
Yeah, you got all
Yeah.
kind of promoters coming for you. Little ones in between.
And shout out
promoters, big
to all
promoters.
of the club owners who are Pallets, 1018s, Roselands. I mean, I used to do. I'll be honest, on New Year's, I think I did 4 or 5 shows in one night in New York.
Yeah.
You can go right across the street from Roselands to there was a club right across the street from Roselands. I forget the name of it. But it was a huge place, and then you can go out to Long Island, and you can go over here because if it was in driving distance, and a lot of those shows went on to 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to be able. And let me tell you something. I heard Expose was doing shows in New York. Betty from Troy. I don't know
Yeah,
if Betty ever
from
booked
Troy.
you. Betty
Yeah.
booked you. So
Yes,
Betty got me.
And I used to be with Norby Walters and
Yes.
Walters.
Okay.
Yes.
And Betty of Troy here and there, but Norby
Yeah.
Walters was more. That's how I met Amanda, because Amanda Tilk was an intern at Norby Walters, and I was
Yes.
the first artist that they assigned to her. So I've been with
Wow,
Amanda
nice.
since the 80s.
So Norby turned into famous artist after they had the
Wow.
little scandal. They had a little scandal with Norby and them with the thing they were meddling with some of the college ball players. So
I remember that.
Jerry A took over and they became famous artists and they blew up then too. But I think that there were people establishing the brand, and a lot of the people haven't got their flowers yet.
Yeah.
Trinere, over in Brazil,
Right.
you are the undisputed queen of freestyle.
Yes, I
What
am.
do you think? And what do you think about the Ludmillas and the Anittas and a lot of the people that piggybacked on the success of yourself and Niasia and a lot of the girl groups that established freestyle, and it's called funky in Brazil, Funky. And our funky is different in the United States, so we're
Yeah.
called funky melody or funk music.
Yeah.
And Trinere is considered the queen of freestyle, and of course they consider Stevie the king. But Trinere established something for the ladies out of this music. What do you think about that? And what do you think about the Anittas and all of those that are, and I mean, they are flying high.
Yeah, they are. I love it. I love it because I know where it comes from, and of course, like Sama said, we don't get our flowers, but it's okay. They'll give us the flowers once we pass away. I already know that. But
But I want my
Anita,
damn flowers when I pass away. I want my damn flowers
I
now.
You
want them
want it
now
right
too.
now,
I
yeah.
know I want them now too, but I'm not gonna hold my breath, honey, because people are people.
Well,
But
I'm gonna give you your flowers right now. But you're gonna tell me what you think
That's
about
right.
the Anitas and
I
all that
think
over
it's
there.
great because when Anita was a little girl, she was a young teenager. I think she was maybe around between 13 and 14 years old. I was in Brazil and doing a radio interview. And so they came to me and they said, "We hope you don't mind, but there's this young girl. She loves you so much. She idolizes you, and she's going to be our new star. She's going to be a funk melody star, and you're one of her idols. Would you mind meeting her?" And I was like, "Of course, bring her in." And she was this cute, beautiful little girl. And she was so excited to meet me. And now she's huge. She's Anita. She
Yeah, you
is
told me
Well,
about her a couple of years ago.
let,
I
let
remember
me
the
let me try let me
conversation.
try because we got a lot of people in Brazil. Or Brasil.
I would
O
love to do a collab with her.
Trinere tá falando
Trinette.
o primeiro Trinere quando ela conheceu para a primeira vez conheceu Anitta. A gente está conversando sobre os funkeiros em Brasil. Começou com nossa carreira em Brasil. Ele está seguindo a gente agora. A gente abriu portas para muitos brasileiros, mas a Anitta realmente está voando alto. Entrei nele e falo, ela é muito, tem muito orgulho para Anitta. Ela gosta de Anitta. Conheceu ela quando ela era 15 anos. E a Anitta fala para ela adora Trinere é uma ídolo dela. E agora a Trinere fala parabéns para a Anitta, Ludmilla, todos os artistas que estão seguindo no piso do Freestyle Music e nos garotos, quem abre as portas.
I got to
Yeah, I
learn
think that's how she
Portuguese.
started. That's how she
Yeah,
started with
yeah.
funk melody, and then she just, they guided her in a different way.
I have my first time I met Anitta was in the studio at Furacão 2000 with Romulo. And she
Oh
was in the
yeah.
studio. I think it might have been with Batutinho. Batutinho's a little short guy, and Batutinho's a fucking monster producer. And I went into the studio, and I'm like, "Wow, she's gonna be good." And I told I told the producer, I say, "Bro, invest in her. She's gonna be hot." And do you know that Anitta remembered that? She
You
told
know
me
what?
she
I
did.
think that might have been around the same time.
Yep,
Was she a
yep.
young girl then?
Young,
Because I
she was
remember,
too young. She was
yeah,
she
because
was
I
still
remember going to dinner with Romulo also, and his wife. His
okay.
wife was so beautiful, and
Yeah.
I think it was around the same time.
That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing,
So
man. You're
yeah,
working on a brand new track with a guy named Bob, right? Out in Brazil,
Bobby
which is
Hoon, Bobby Rum, Bobby Rum,
yeah,
Bobby
yeah,
Hoon.
yeah. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that, but before we get into that, and this guy goes way back as well. Toga did a lyric video to Take It All Back, which is amazing.
Oh,
I mean, my
the
man,
Kingmaker, the Kingmaker.
I did a little something the week before, and it got a couple of views. But Toga,
That shit.
seriously, Toga took it to another level, and we're gonna play it
Yeah.
right now. This is the Stevie
Love
B.
Toga.
Where are we at now? Over 100,000 in like 2 or 3 days. It's over 100,000.
It's
now.
amazing.
Reach.
The fans are loving all this new music. So check it out. Here we go.
Stevie B. Go back. Way back. From the minute that I seen you, I was sweating you like a freshman as a senior. I couldn't even sleep waiting for the next day just to see you, girl, just to see you. When you walk by my heart, it skipped the beat like a scratch CD. I was knee deep in them 4 letters L-O-V-E, sprung on Sting Love. Damn, she got it.
Take it all back. Do you remember way back time when the world went so uptight and hot damn I miss it. Hot damn I miss it. We were young, we were wild and free. All I wanted was a move of feet and hot damn I miss it. Hot damn I miss it. You looked around and everybody was getting down. No one on the wall and standing up in the crowd. We put our problems upon our shelves and enjoyed ourselves. I know it helps. If we take it love's no static. Southeast is something right, little heat to the mix, made dynamite. Freestyle was solid, couldn't tell us nothing. We put the groove, sound of love on the radio. Now 96 to 10 and made us unstoppable. This sing of music never gets old. It should move your soul. I know you know. If we take it all back to how it used to be, and the way you and me is so love. If we can take it all back, you're breaking in the streets and falling love to the beat. We are one. If we can take it all back, dreaming of love, thinking of you, remembering times when we once shared. Dreaming of love, thinking of you, knowing someday you'll come back to my life.
Ready, set, go.
Take it all back to the days when the place to be was a basement or a road skating ring, and I know you miss it. I know you miss it. And the DJ would make it sweet when you play Planet Rock or Stevie B. Those jams were sitting, damn right they hidden. You looked around and everybody had a smile. Rockin' braids and fades and Pumas said was freestyle. Our only worry was the curfew. What our folks would do, tell you the truth. If we take it all back to how it used to be, and they don't wait you and me, it's all love. If we can take it all back, you're breaking in the streets and falling love to the beat. We are one. If we can take it all back.
Run one spring love, damn, she got it. Run one spring love, damn, she got it.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
Pump up the party, pump up the party, pump up the party. Pump up the party, pump up the party, pump up the party.
Take it all back to the good times, weekend nights. We got fly doing the walk to daylight. If I could, I'd press rewind to 85 and make sure you're by my side so we can go back to how it used to be. They don't wait you and me, it's all love. If we can take it all back, you're breaking in the streets and falling love to the beat. We are one. If we can take it all back.
Go back, way back.
If we take it all back.
I don't understand.
Take it all back. If we take it all back to how it used to be, and they don't wait you and me, it's all love. If we can take it all back, you're breaking in the streets and falling love to the beat. We are one. If we can take it all back. If we take it all back.
Dance back then. I can dance like that now.
Yeah, you
As a matter of
can,
fact,
yeah.
and I was gonna go tell Eric. I said, you know, man, maybe you need to bring the choreography back. I can still do that.
You'll
Look out,
do
look
it.
out.
You do it.
We're going to have you doing
You
head
do that on
spins.
stage.
We're going to have you doing head
Look at lyric.
spins, all right?
Fucking lyric. To the place and the place to be was a basement on a road
Now-
skating
Yeah.
man. That's a lyrical
Stevie, I
fucking
don't
line
know if
for
you
you.
remember, but we was in Brazil on our way to dinner, and you played it for me.
Yeah.
When you first finished it, before you had all the extra stuff in the
You're talking about
remixes
the
or
old
whatever.
version. We don't even
And
talk about that old
but
version.
let
That
me
old
tell you,
version.
I told you back then, just from the lyric content and the melody,
Yeah.
I said that's a hit. That's the
You know,
one right there.
I send my stuff to some choice people that I want to listen. And Trinere is one of those people
That will tell him the
who
truth.
tell you she ain't gonna bullshit.
Yeah.
She
Don't sugarcoat
no, she
it.
said, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's my shit right there, bro. That's it. That's you know, she
Yeah,
talk, that's
I
my
loved
shit.
it.
Right.
I never
That's the
forgot
bomb
it.
right there. Oh
Let's
my
talk
God.
about let's
Her
talk about
thing
this
is-
real quick.
Release.
Let's talk about
Her
this
thing
real
is-
quick because I think this is
What?
one of the things that separates, artists like Trinere and Stevie B from other artists. And I'm not, I'm not doing, shade on anybody, but and I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to mention any names, but some artists, when they do their live performances, it's more lip sync than it is background vocals. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know that when you guys do your shows, you have very little background support from the track. It's mostly live lead. Am I correct by saying that?
You're correct.
Oh,
You're correct.
my.
Me personally, I do have the background vocals on there,
Mm-hmm.
and on some of the tracks because I didn't have, I don't own the masters, and I don't have, I just didn't have them in my possession and couldn't take some of the vocals off. And some of my songs that I do in my show does have the lead. But when it's time to perform at sound check, I always tell the sound people, make sure you bring those vocals and keep the back ones on there pretty strong, but
Yeah.
make sure my mic is way over, is on top. And I do everything in my power to sing just as strong, if not stronger, to make sure people understand, no, this is live and I can sing.
Okay.
A lot of artists, you'd be surprised. A lot of big artists. Now,
Yeah.
when you do TV, they almost don't allow you.
Yeah. No,
unless you have
that's a whole
backing
different
tracks.
ball of wax. Yeah. Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
but my live performances on TV, I don't use backtracks at all. So my guys really can sing. I do try to do live vocals, and some of them I be fucking up sometimes because my hearing. If your monitors ain't right, you can't hear right. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
nigga, just pick.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just
Yeah,
pick.
and
Just
don't
pick
you
a,
put those
pick a
things
key.
in your ears? You put those special. I can't work
Yeah.
with those. I just can't. I
Yeah.
have to have those
The
on.
the trick is you leave one in and one out. So if you ever
Yeah,
see me
I
on
still
stage, I
can't
have
do
one
it.
hanging because I still like that feeling of feeling the sound. I want to feel the monitors. I want to hear the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that gives you your energy. But just to go
Yeah.
in like an isolated room, because them things seal your ears. I mean, it goes in and plugs it up,
Yeah.
and you're in a vacuum. And
Yeah.
and so the trick on that is take one on and one off, and then
Yeah.
now you get yourself in there if you like or whatever
Yeah.
you want in your monitor, and
Yeah.
now I can still hear that crowd. I'm like, all right, you're still doing
That's
good.
how
you're still with me.
I record. I record with one on and one off, and I always tell the sound man to give me all the music, very little vocals in my monitors. I want to feel the music. That
Yeah.
way I can dance, and I have to feel it really loud and strong on the stage so I can, deliver.
Is it justified to have a full track if you're doing a heavy dance routine? Does that justify having, you know what I'm saying? Does that sound like?
I mean, Trinere can answer for her, but I know for me, it justifies it because you trying to get that electronic feeling when you're on live, and you want to just create. It's hard to duplicate that. With a band, it's hard to duplicate it. I do have backtrack with electronics because an acoustic drums, you can't get our sound, the edits, all that kind of stuff. So I do run a backing track, but nobody can tell it's a backing track because my guys are so tight. And I know Trinere, she runs a heavy backtrack in there because that shit be pounding.
Yeah, I do.
Tight work. So let's get back to the Brazil thing. So you're working with the famous Bob and
Bobby Rom.
Yeah, I've had a chance to do a little bit of things on that as well. And let me tell you, I'm in love with the record. I really am. Talk to me how that transpired.
You mixing it. Well, just tell it. So Sama did such a good job on the mix on Take It All Back. I say, let me give him the stems on this and let him go in the studio. And let me tell you, had his work. He has work.
Boy.
So you mixing it, and you're going in tonight, and hopefully I can get the finished thing.
That
the
record
track-
is definitely full of tracks. Full.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
Sama,
Well, I
me
cut
and
a-
Sama go way back. Sama don't really mention it too much, but he remixed a lot of. He did some mixes on a lot of my first.
I mention it all the
tracks.
time. All the time I mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love I still remember the night that I went into the studio with Pretty Tony, and we was there till like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I was editing my ass off. I remember that. Trust me.
Yeah, me
Well,
and
y'all
Sama
got- y'all
go
got some
way
serious
back.
history.
I remember Sama
Yeah.
when he was
Way
a young
back.
fine red bone.
I think I'm keeping up though. I think I'm all right. You know, trying to still.
So
make it happen.
Bobby is one of those criais, and we call the criais is our offspring, and they have a big thing in Brazil right now. They have a movie that just came out with Buchecha and a lot of the young funk rappers who came from our music.
Yeah.
Finally, they're getting their due. Finally, they're getting movies and stuff like so. Bobby is one of those kids who came from what they call the suburbs. And if you come from the suburbs, that really means you came from the ghettos. So the song is talking about a kid who couldn't get an opportunity, couldn't get a break. He just caught catching hell in Overtown and in the projects, and he just couldn't catch a break. But finally, our music comes over. And he tells me the story while he's he's almost in tears. He said, Stevie, when I heard your songs and freestyle music, it changed me. It literally changed me and gave me hope. And he had a song called Rap of the Silva. Silva is like a guy. Rap of Johnny. Silva is a guy. It's called Happy to Silva. And the song blew up. It became a hino. A hino is like it's an anthem, and they got them anthems over here. Who's wrecking his dog?
Yep. You froze up a little bit, right?
They bounced off of us, so they're called the criais. They're our cubs. They're our children. They're the children or the creation of us, and they acknowledge it. And the song talks about it's the ghettos that was making the fucking people dance. So and the song talks about, but this is our flag, this is our banner, and the song is, you can say whatever you want to say, but this music started with the poor people in the ghettos. They took on to it first, and I went in the studio and I produced his vocals, and he couldn't believe it. I went into one of the biggest artists in Brazil, Roupa Nova, into their studios, and we cut it, and you're going to hear the final product very, very soon. I don't want to play it because he's
singing with a lot of passion, a lot of feeling.
But I want to get it from
really,
him
really.
first.
I really got, obviously I don't know Portuguese, but you know feeling when you hear it. You know what I'm saying? You can tell Homeboy put his heart and soul into the track. It just got a lot of soap opera in it.
Did I lose you guys?
A little bit, yeah. But you back in the space. You good. So I know, Trinere, you're there. Okay, you're still good.
I'm here. I'm good.
Are you still? I know you had a couple of little lines that you were working on in terms of I think it was a makeup line, right?
Yeah, well, I'm getting ready to do some other things, but I just recorded. I did a collab with Sapphire.
Oh, okay. I think I remember hearing that. Yeah. How did that go?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's going well. It was. It's not released yet. So it's on her project. It's called The League of Heroes. So she wanted me, and I think Noel is on it, Tony Moran is on it, Niasia's on it, just a few of her really, really close colleagues. And we talked about this years ago, and so finally it's manifesting. So I have to go back actually the first week of March to do some cleanup.
Yeah.
And then we're going to work on a video. So it's going to be released before summer, I believe. Yeah, that's the plan. But
is it
went
a dance
so well
track? What type of genre are you going in?
It is dance. It is dance / freestyle.
I love Sapphire.
You didn't let me hear it yet.
It's so bomb.
Somebody's
we're supposed to bounce.
We're
supposed to bounce off each other, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, there's a little clip that's going around. We released a little teaser But our voices are so good together because she has that distinctive voice,
Mm-hmm.
those distinctive tones. And so when you hear her, you know it's her. When you hear me, you know it's me. And we both,
Well, you have
we're
a
not trying
distinct
to out sing
voice.
each other.
Yeah,
Huh?
you have a distinct voice. You know, like
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
hear
So
you on a track that I've never heard before, and I'll know that it's you. I'll be like, yeah,
No,
that's
Trinere
yeah,
can she can really sing. She can sing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
She
You
can
got a little
sing.
thing. You got a little same
She
thing
can,
going
yeah.
on.
she can
Yeah,
sing.
and we worked with this guy named Edwin up there in New York, and he helped me a lot with because I wasn't recording
That's the Ed
and I
Ramos
was a little rusty,
that I
and
told you about.
so what'd you say?
I
Ed
was telling
Ramos.
telling Osama about Ed Ramos. The guy is excellent to
Yes,
work with.
yes,
He's
that's
the
him.
best.
And let me tell you, he brought out some stuff that was hidden in me. He was like, Trina, you can take us to church. You can get up there. Come on. I'm like, no, I don't want to get up there. And it just came out really good. And the blend between me and Sapphire is just, it's beautiful. I'm
Yeah.
excited about it.
I
I'm
see
excited
you
about
and
it.
I see you and Sapphire and a couple of other girl artists that they were going on saying how they were left behind. I think there were a lot of female artists that didn't get their due, and they got kind
Yeah,
of left behind because New York has, like I said, they got, if you're not in those cliques, you got to be in their
yeah,
cliques in New York, and if you're in that
yeah.
clique,
And
they're not gonna
Sapphire
let you
is
get
not a
on the
very
shows.
Yeah, and Sapphire is not a very cliquey person. She's very, very, very private
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
very reclusive. But and she did it on purpose. She did kind of separate herself for little, for family reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a young son that's in college or whatever. But now she is going full force. She
Good.
literally has just finished 3 albums.
Wow.
One
Wow.
is going to be with bachata music. She just released
Nice.
That's
a
great.
sample of
Why
that.
not? That's what I say.
She
Why
put
not?
out a
I
yeah.
always was
She
pissed off with
Yeah.
all the Puerto Ricans up there who could speak Spanish, and EDM and all that came around, and then reggaeton came around speaking Spanish,
yeah
and I'm like, oh, these fuckers speak Spanish, don't y'all
You
know?
better get
You
that
could
yeah
do
bag.
you
You better
better
go
get
get
that
that
back. What is
Spanish
wrong with you?
bag.
yeah.
What is
She's
wrong
doing
with you?
three different. She has 3 different styles. She's doing like a League of Heroes thing with the freestyle. She's doing bachata, and then she's doing a salsa album,
That's
and they're
great.
all done. So she is getting ready to take off. She's
That's
back, and
awesome.
she's like really. So I'm excited for
Speaking of
her. I
taking
really
off, I know
am.
you guys have a few more dates down here in the U.S. So talk a little bit about the rest of the dates for the Freestyle Explosion, so the people can
Oh,
hear
we're on a
where to
well,
expect.
Stevie, you can talk about that. We're on a lot of shows together. Tampa, Palm Springs, Orlando, Vegas. Well, I'm not on the Vegas. He's on the Vegas show.
Hmm.
YouTube Theater, Hollywood, California. Can't wait for that one. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
We're
I think
doing
that's
Greek
this one
Theater.
right here. Yep,
yeah. The
this is the
Hollywood thing. That's
YouTube.
the. You on the Greek show with Bobby, right? And in
Yes, on the
Hollywood.
Greek Theater in
Yo, that's
Hollywood
gonna
with
be
Bobby
sick.
D.
You know that's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite venues, the YouTube and the Greek Theater because it's an outdoor event and it's
yeah.
Hollywood. It's just so badass. I take all let me tell you, I bring all the guns for that show.
I mean, they
Sama, you
come.
have my schedule with you. You want to put it up on the screen? Can you copy and paste it up? Or
What do you
yeah,
think? Why do you think is such a big audience for freestyle in California?
because they love that shit. One thing
They
about
do.
the Cali people, they can listen to
California
Tejano. They
knows
can
how
listen
to
to
party.
yeah. They listen to all types of. They can listen to hip
Music,
hop,
yeah.
R&B. They can listen to. I mean, Montel Jordan and all of them can be on our show.
Old
Mexicans
school
they
Brenton.
don't give a shit. They love fucking urban
Yeah.
old
Yeah, they
school. They got
versatile.
old school
Yeah.
artists. They got old school artists on the West Coast that don't do no business on the East Coast.
Right.
Okay,
Brenton
Brenton
Wood,
Wood. Come on
all
now.
those type of old artists and
Yeah.
they come out and they pack the house. They just love music. They love old school music, classic music. It doesn't matter if it's dance, doesn't matter if it's R&B. It doesn't matter. As long as it's good music, they're coming out. And
Yeah.
that's what I love. That's what I love. And they can put us on like I've been on shows with Ice Cube,
Wow.
Yeah.
Warren G,
Hmm.
Yeah.
YG. I've been on shows with these
and
guys.
and you can't do that on the East Coast. You know that, right? That don't happen on the East Coast. You ain't gonna put us with no funk. The funk artists, the R&B artists, the Keith Sweats, and all that. Anything that's urban on the West Coast, they all go together. I tell you, Mexicans can listen to Snoop,
Everything.
Stevie, Tejano, and those little Mexican bands with the horns and shit like that.
Yeah,
they all can be on the same show.
Yeah, I'm
Which
on
is
shows with
incredible.
Tierra, with the Mexican
They don't have
bands. I'm on those shows.
but they are the most open audience I have ever seen on the West Coast. The Mexicans, that's just the way they are. And
but there's
I love
something
that
about Miami, though. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
There's
Come on
something
now.
about Miami that touches the
Come
heart.
on now.
These
Trinere
fans
had to
out
go over
here
there.
are like no other.
Trinere, where you was in
Yeah.
Long Beach? You lived in Long Beach, huh?
Yes,
She fucking,
right on
she
the
love
beach.
fucking. She's like, you know what? Who told you to
I
go to
seen her on the
California?
beach
I
out
told you.
there.
I told you. I said, get your ass out of fucking Atlanta. Atlanta ain't got shit for you.
Yeah,
I said,
wish
get
I
out of
had
there.
moved. I wish I moved from Miami to California instead of going, to Atlanta first and then California. That was 8 years, but I was still working. I was flying back and forth, and I said, you know what? Enough of this flying. Let me just move to Cali.
But it
And
changed your whole perspective.
it changed my whole life.
Yeah, you look happy.
I told her, I
Yeah.
said, because I was telling her, I said, Atlanta ain't got nothing. She was over there hanging out with them. I'm like, nigga, you need to get over there. Yeah, she went over to Long Beach and
that was
lost
my
her damn mind, Summer.
That was
She
my
lost her
quick
mind.
escape. That was my quick escape from my bad marriage. I just had to get out of Miami. So that was the closest safe place
That was your
to
Brazilian.
go.
That was your Brazilian fantasy. That was your Brazilian fantasy stuff. And I'm like, but she did it. And now look, I got to tell you, I got to give you your flowers right now.
Do it.
I watch you, and out of all the females that came out of freestyle, everybody wonders how Trinere does it, how she does it, because she gets up and promotes herself. She works on her image. She makes sure she's fresh. She got tailors who making her clothes. When she go out, her shit be on point, and she don't stop talking about Trinere. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Now you
Promote
see,
yourself. Love
you see
yourself.
all the East Coast girls, and they trying to copy Trinere and her brand and how she markets herself. Look at all the other artists that wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
And they weren't. And let me tell you,
got
something.
appearance is everything, man. You got to
The child, look, the
you got to
child,
get out there and make it happen. You know what I mean? You
You know
can't
the
just.
rule.
I'm just gonna put on a flower skirt and rock out. No, man. You like people are watching, and if you want to stand out, you gotta be concerned about the way
you know the rule. The child that don't cry don't get no titty, and
That's right. And you gotta build relationships.
Yeah.
When I moved to Cali, I built relationships with the small promoters in the little clubs, the big clubs, and I just had to do it like that. I haven't had.
I didn't finish giving you your flowers yet. I haven't finished giving you
since
your
the
flowers
90s.
yet.
Okay, finish talking. Go ahead.
Come on, Stevie, come with it.
I'm listening.
Y'all need to go on Trinere's site on Facebook, Instagram, and all that, and look at how many shows she has. Yeah. I am so proud of her because she beat the odds. She beat the odds,
yes,
right when people
did.
was telling us our music was done and it's dead and it's this and it's that. Trinere said, I don't know what the hell y'all looking at, but ain't nothing looking dead about what we doing. And we have to defend it and we have to do that. But she is the pioneers. I mean, she was early on with Shannon and Naomi and those number ones.
And even Gloria Estefan.
Shouts out to Shannon. I love Shannon.
A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that Gloria Estefan used to open up for me in Miami on the beach.
That's crazy.
When
yeah.
she was with Miami Sound Machine.
Dr. Beat.
Then,
Dr. Beat.
Yes, and then, honey, she signed that conga song, and it was a wrap.
Oh, it was a wrap, yeah. And that's real quick. That's what this podcast show is all about. It's about to enlighten. It's about talking about the internals of what happens with artists like yourselves. We're right now we're doing the FBs, but we are gonna be on Spotify. We're gonna be on Apple. We're gonna be on all the podcasts streaming
Yes.
platforms. And we want, you know what I'm saying? We want to send the message out there. Hey, listen, you know, these are some of the insides of what goes on in the music business. This is how you can become successful at what you're doing. It could be a 25-year-old. It could be a 30-year-old that's listening to this podcast and can take something from it and use it for their career, which is important.
Well, a lot of people are watching us right now, and I want to just tell everybody that's watching the podcast right now, make sure you share it with all your friends. And you have to share this because we're right on the verge of closing in on sponsors. We got, Sama's filling me in every day about, there's some sponsors that are going to be coming on board. And this is what this is all about. It's a platform that takes us out of the hands of those that control what we do. I'm going to say this first for Trinere. I want to tell you that, we're very proud of you. And people don't know that you have conquered a couple of continents. And you are one of the ones that hold it down for us out there. You hustle out there. You represent the women. And I know how y'all take it out there when people put shade on y'all and don't involve. Because a lot of times we deserve to be on some of these big shows and some of these other festivals where that money flows to the nostalgic artists. And I tell everybody, don't be fucking skipping over us.
Yeah.
Don't skip. That's rude. Miami, you listening? Some of the bigger players down there. Don't just do that. I know you got your players down there that's doing this stuff, but you got others down here. We've been holding it down now for 35 years.
Yeah, definitely pioneers in the game. Definitely, without a doubt.
So and we ain't dead. No. We ain't dead. This is a conversation that we had for them to add the record and stuff like that. But Trinere, we're super proud of you. Thank you for everything that you do. You represent us at the highest levels. And I want to let all the fans know that we love Trinere, and she will always get the support from us. Thank you, Trinere.
Yay! Thank you so much.
And can't wait to hear the new music. The track you got with Sapphire. This is what it's about, man. Creating, obviously memories, but also producing new music, man, that the public can hear.
Yeah, this is going to be one of our hurdles, but we talk about it all the time, Summer, about the need for radio, because 40-year-old down, they ain't listening to radio no more.
Nope.
So our genre is 40 plus, 35 plus and up, and they still listen to radio, and it's gonna be a place for us to go and get some of our new music put on, and hopefully this Take It All Back can be the starting point again for us. And they can say, hey, Stevie B opened that door. Now Trinere can get in, and the Sapphire record can get in. And there's a couple of people, Karina, they're out there doing new music. A lot of people are doing new music. And then some of the stuff is pretty damn good, I have to admit.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is pretty damn good. And we'll eventually try to play some of that stuff once we get our programming and stuff correct. But right now, we're just going to be focusing. We're going to focus on some shit we doing right now.
That's right.
All right, I got a few minutes. I want to make sure that I put my plug out there. I got the Pro-Am Dance and DJ Expo coming up June 9th and 10th at the Miami Airport Convention Center. That's where all the dancers from all over come down to do seminars, panels, exhibitions, and get their dance on. So it's a real exciting.
And some of those dancers are going to be the ones that's going to stage
Yes.
with me in Miami.
The hip hop kids will be at the Freestyle Explosion.
Yeah,
on March 11th.
announce that also, because that's cool for them to,
Shout out to the hip hop kids. They're really looking forward to being with you guys over at the at the Freestyle Explosion. That's going to be amazing.
Thank you, Summer, and tell the kids their shit better be hot too, because I'm gonna be like, hey.
Trinere, I want to thank you for being on the show so
Felix.
much. You're my sister, man. I love you, girl.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I love you too.
All right, so every Friday at 7 p.m., this is what it is, Freestyling with Stevie B, and get ready for the next one. It's going to be hotter than hot, and we love you all out there, man. Y'all make sure you share.
Yeah, and I have to give a synopsis here of what we just done. Brasil. Trinere tá falando português.
Yes.
Rapaziada.
Pouquinho.
Olha só, a gente está conversando aqui, eu dar os flores para Trinere pela carreira dela. Ela faz muita coisa pra gente em Brasil, Estados Unidos. Ela corre atrás da carreira dela e agora ela ainda tem um sucesso nos Estados Unidos, tem bastante shows. Parabéns, Trinere. E Brasil, te adora. They love you. They adore you.
I gotta learn Portuguese because maybe I'll get it more than twice a week.
I don't know about your
Very, very sexy.
Então, a gente realmente já começa nosso programa agora e futuramente a gente vai incluir parte do programa em português. E a gente sabe que a gente tem muitos brasileiros aqui e merecer uma tradução e parte da nossa conversa aqui vai ser Brasil também. Babi Rum, fica pronto, cara. Fica pronto, a gente está abençoado agora com uma coisa muito especial. Stevie B tem muito orgulho para participar com você com essa música. Fagali, no time dele lá, PC, Thiago, na família dele. Obrigado, Brasil, pelo seu carinho. Sempre vocês me deu aqui em Brasil. Te amo. Vocês sabem, eu moro aqui, adoro aqui. Vocês realmente é minha vida. Em breve, Bares de Sonhos, Trinere vai fazer uma performance aqui com a gente também, ok? E vocês têm que conhecer DJ Sama também. DJ Sama é o cara.
Appreciate the love.
Tá produzindo Stevie B, nosso programa aqui. Te amo, Brasil. Em breve, Bares de Sonhos. Tá bom? Valeu.
Okay, I think that means goodbye. I'm not sure, but I think that means goodbye.
That's exactly what it meant. That's exactly what it
All
meant.
right, y'all. Wave bye. We'll see you on the next one. Peace, y'all. We love you.
Bye, peace.
From the minute that I seen you, I was sweating you like a freshman, there's a senior. I couldn't even sleep, waiting for the next day just to see you, girl, just to see you. When you walk by my heart, it skipped the beat.